started. Does anyone want to get out?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this very spicy episode of Friday Night Frenzy. I am Fire Lord Nick, and joining me is the first time he's on this channel, hopefully not the last. We have MSK. How you doing, buddy?
Hello.
Hello there. And
so
then,
energetic.
as always, we have the Queen of Ships. We have Nyx herself. How you doing, girl?
Pretty good.
And then we have my main man, my main squeeze, my number two, Chris. How you doing?
Hey, doing pretty good. Glad it's Friday.
And then last and certainly least, the man who's at the bottom of the totem pole, the one who scrapes the bottom of every barrel. We have Jared from some backwater channel called Comics League.
Grandpa!
And this is why I hate him. I'm kidding. He's cool.
Go
So
drink your
how's
prune
everyone
juice.
I had Coca-Cola, you bastard.
Mix with prune juice.
No.
Makes you poop.
So how's everyone doing?
Doing very well.
So let's just kind of just hop into these mini topics. Let's just kind of start off with a small one. So who here has seen the trailer for The Crow?
Oh
I
God,
like it.
dude.
It looks way better than the original.
Oh my God.
He can't even keep it.
So Jared is forever banned from all things Phoenix Press.
I had to. You couldn't even keep it straight. Oh man, it looks just on. What? It looks just on par with Wheel of Time.
Ooh.
The-
I wonder if it'll surpass Avatar: The Last Airbender season 3.
Dave, I thought we were friends. The betrayal.
I love you, brother. I love you, Dave.
No, dude, I saw that trailer and it looked so by the numbers and so formulaic, it gave away the entire freaking movie.
Yeah,
Right?
she kind of did. I'm like, wait a second. Where's the mystery here?
Okay. I'm gonna buck the trend here, and I'm gonna say I'm cautiously optimistic because basically, here's the thing: this movie is in no way gonna live up to the original. The original is better. It's already won. Okay, like you want to original versus remake. The original has already won. Okay, that is without question.
No, that's debatable.
All right. Well, Jared's muted for the rest of this.
Jared, it can only be debatable if you've seen the actual movie. It can't be debatable from watching the brand new trailer.
I've seen the
All right. That's how you take care of an unruly employee right there. All right, I'll bring it back in when I'm done, Jared, unless you promise to be good. So anyway, there's no way it can be better than the original, despite what Jared tries to claim. So I'm just trying to judge it on its own merits, and based on that, I'm kind of digging the vibe. I like the Ozzy song they put in there. The look, I'm not so sure about, but I don't know. I was kind of digging it.
Hello.
Well, if it was for me, it's like we already know what's going. Like I literally, one of my friends, he's like, "Yeah, it looks pretty good," and I was like, "Here, I'll spare you the 2 hours." And I went through every shot and I explained every story beat. And I said, there's these scumbag losers. The chick's gonna witness a crime or whatever, and it's gonna drag Draven into it. He's gonna get killed. He's gonna come back. He's gonna meet some Asian guy or something that's basically death. That's gonna explain to him the ropes. He's gonna do his little magical voodoo stuff that's gonna look like crap because it's gonna be all hyper CG. There's gonna be some slow motion combat sequences. There's gonna be a part where the boss guy, because it has to be an evil white guy, is going to have to learn the source of his magic and is going to basically be that point where he discovers it and nullifies it or whatever, and you think that Draven's going to be defeated, but he's not. He's going to come back. He's going to kill the evil white guy. Then they're going to have some 90s remix thing where he rejoins Shelley in the afterlife, some weird ambiguous thing.
And then he'll come out as bi.
Yeah. And then the credits will roll with, again, some 90s remix.
But wait. You forgot one thing, Chris, that has to be in every Hollywood production. He will acknowledge his white privilege.
Yeah.
So there is one thing they can do to make this movie the best movie ever. There is one thing if Eric Draven says this, it instantly becomes the best movie of the century. He has to say, it's crowing time.
I swear, I will turn it off if I'm watching the movie and he doesn't say, I want you to tell me a story. I'm like, that's my favorite line.
Mine is
to be fair, Eric Draven says it a lot better in the original.
Or gentlemen, he just walks into the room. That's how I imagine Zack Snyder walking into Warner Brothers when they said they could release a Snyder Cut. He's like, screw you.
Yeah, the original is so good. Like, one thing I really appreciate about the original is kind of like the real estate scam subplot they're kind of going, which is kind of an engine for that kind of drives the entire plot. Like, basically, the gangster, he burns down buildings for like the insurance money. Like, it's actually very well thought out. Like, the plot of the movie is surprisingly thoroughly plot out. I appreciate it. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? For the original?
Yeah, the Devil's Night stuff. Yeah.
Which, as a Michigan Detroit resident, Devil's Night was a thing. Like, it kind of died out in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, in the late 90s, they renamed it to Angels Night. Then by about the mid 2000s, it was nowhere to be seen. So, I'm going to be giving Jared ammunition here. Only older people remember it.
Well, Nick, let's all forget. Hang on. With age comes a lapse in memory. Need I remind you that on our recent Under Two Capes,
I don't know. Jared's having connections you know, I don't know.
You do realize you're coming on my show after this, right?
I realize they're going to be paying.
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. I can't.
For the record, I know I'll be paying for this later. I just don't care.
Starfield.
You're gonna need that Black Panther meme. That Black Panther meme movie was like, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care.
It's not my fault that old man Nick over here can't appreciate good sci-fi.
Good lord. And
apparently
no one else
not
will,
a lot
because
of people can, because Starfield is just nothing now.
I'm just gonna be honest. No one's gonna enjoy that Crow movie because no one's gonna watch it. That movie's about to bomb. So not only will we will not enjoy it, no one else is gonna watch it either. Doesn't really matter, does it?
Yes, Jason. We all know you're 19. We believe you.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm like, why are we making that's the other thing. It's not like the comics or like the movie got like a recent resurgence. It's like, it's the same reason, like, why do we get a Blue Beetle movie? It's like no one knows. To be fair,
they've been trying to remake The Crow for like 25 years. Like they like there's been a Crow...
that's been in development for a long time. So
it's just, And here's the thing about The Crow, okay? And The Crow is a lot like Scott Pilgrim, all right? So just let me cook here, guys.
No.
So Scott Pilgrim and The Crow are similar. I mean, you got to do the cooking by the book, you know.
Well, I hate your cooking. It's
now, Nick, let me ask you.
Can I please talk, guys?
Nick,
I appreciate
when you're cooking, do you have like the string connect to your glasses to your neck, like all old people do? Do you have an apron on?
I am regretting all of my life decisions right now that led me to this moment.
We should bring MSK on the show more often. This is fun.
Well, anyway, I'm Chris.
Scott Pilgrim and The Crow are two properties that are defined by their book and their movie. And then both of the book and the movie are usually very separate entities with kind of separate fan bases. Like, there's more people who are fans of Scott Pilgrim the movie than there are Scott Pilgrim the book. It's just fast.
So.
And there's a lot more people who are fans of The Crow the movie than The Crow the comic. Okay? And I realized that the movie made, apparently from what I've been told, did make a lot of changes. So a Crow movie that is like more faithful to source material, that is a thing they could do. You know what I'm saying? Like a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood style thing. The problem is, and yes, there was a Crow run that is actually a lot closer to this version. I saw like a cover of it. It's like 1-1. But
on a
most
stone
people,
tablet,
when they think of the Crow, they think of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're doing this and it doesn't look like the Crow, it has some of the story beats. Most people who are like, "Oh, the Crow is my favorite movie ever," defined my childhood. They're like, "What is this shit?" You know, like that, like writing Raven. You know, Master TDS's wife. She had a great reaction to it. You know, like she fully rejected it, and I imagine her reaction is not unique.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think?
I would say so. You see, here's the thing. It's like this is one of those things where
Yeah.
it's like, see, The Crow is a really hard thing to adapt properly.
Especially nowadays, because
Yeah.
The Crow is very much wrapped up in that early 90s grunge goth like club kind of thing.
If only it were directed by Tim Burton.
No, I don't think no. Tim Burton is more of like the goth whimsy. This is like goth dark.
Ooh, how about Sam Raimi?
Maybe, but he's more horror. I'm trying to think.
Well, the thing is,
Robert Rodriguez probably would do a decent job.
Guys,
Zack Snyder?
what they're missing here is that Eric Draven's story is already told. It's a zeitgeist of the 90s. Don't bother. But you still have The Crow itself. You could do period pieces. You could go back to like Native Americans about The Crow. You could go to a Viking story.
You could
go
like,
to the 1970s.
Like literally with this movie, all they had to do was not call him Eric Draven.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like basically do like City of Angels did. Have a different act character be the Crow.
Oh, yep. A Viking Crow movie, that'll be badass because they worship Odin. And what is his what is his logo?
2 crows. Yeah.
I mean honestly, like, yeah.
Well,
like I've actually met James O'Barr. He does a Comic-Con near me because you got to remember The Crow is about Detroit. You know, this is my hometown stuff. James is a great man. I love the dude.
Well, his original story, like the whole point of The Crow was it was a coping mechanism for him to deal with his dead fiance. Like they were planning a wedding and his fiance got killed by a drunk driver. So he wrote The Crow as a means to cope with his grief. That's why
the best art is born from pain.
Well, exactly. Great art comes from suffering. But like T-Bird was the main bad guy in the book, and then they changed it to whatever. I can't remember what the hell it was, like money guy or
incest gangster dude.
Yeah, which made absolutely no sense in the movie. It was kind of weird. He had like his hot little Asian whatever pet, but like
apparently it was his sister. But you know,
yeah, it was so gross. But like the whole story, like the antagonist was the drunk driver. Was the you know what I mean? It was basically a self-insert of him avenging the death of his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. And it's like, why not take that mythos that you created with Eric Draven? And they've done this with all the God, they're awful. The movie sequels, but you have the opportunity to explore that mythos.
There's a video by Good Bad Flicks where they detail like what they're trying to do with City of Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole stuff with like having the character Shelley Webster return, you know, like that makes sense. Like Shelley Webster, and she's the one who gives him the Crow makeup. Like, okay, that makes sense. Like you have Shelley Webster, person who knew Eric, like saw the makeup, and she's the one who puts the makeup on him. Okay, that makes sense from continuity standpoint, you know. And like it had Tree Tang in there, you know, the Yellow Ranger. Like a lot of movies, it got ruined by studios and ruined by the edit.
Mm-hmm.
Release the Crow cut, you know.
Yeah.
It's another one of those movies where if they could release a director's cut, I think that movie might get a lot more respect.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Zombie actually, I think, would do a great Crow movie. Like, to be honest, I think he is probably the most uniquely suited to do a good Crow movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, in Eastern European, like I think Rob Zombie had the right idea.
Yeah.
Give him a Crow, because Eastern Europe, you can go even more gothic. You can
Yeah, you can.
even more gothic.
I got the perfect director. You grab Paul W.S. Anderson, and then you know.
No. Because what'll happen, because I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen with that. The Crow is going to be a female, and it's going to be played by Mila Jovovich.
Yeah.
For the record, I love Mila Jovovich, but
she's not that good.
But I do respect Paul W.S. Anderson because he treats his wife as his personal waifu in his movies. I respect that.
So is the James Gunn in that way.
But at least Mila Jovovich is a decent enough actress. Like, she's a good action actress. Come on.
Resident
She's
Evil,
about
I
as
was
good
like,
of an
at
actress
no
as like
point
Arnold, Sylvester Stallone, all these people. I'm sorry. Respect
Yeah,
for Mila.
Resident Evil. Kind of soured me on her too.
Arnold is a way better actor.
Yeah, he's fun.
But I'm saying Mila Jovovich is a decent enough action actress. Like, actually, like if they would have made a Metroid movie in like the 2000s, I would have loved to see Mila.
Well,
like,
she's better than Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Brie Larson is the best actress on this planet, and if you disagree, you're
You shut your mouth,
misogynistic.
MSK.
That's my baby right there. She's hot. She's cute.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Brie Larson's hot.
What? Well, this is MSK's last time on the show.
No, I think Brie Larson is a very attractive
I'm just
woman.
saying, if any of you guys were
You're
single,
infecting Chris now.
I'm just saying right now, if any of you guys were single and Brie Larson came up to you in a bar and said, "I'm gonna blow you," you would all take it, and don't you dare lie to me.
Okay, you got me. You got me, MSK.
No, I'd say the power of Christ compels you.
Okay, Jared has standards, so let's kick that guy out. You know.
Okay, so truth be told, Brie in some roles she's actually like I think we can all agree she's good in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Scott, she's actually not bad. I even say in Fast X, she's probably one of the better.
She was okay in Fast X. Yeah, she was okay. Yeah, she was not that bad. Like, pretty tolerable.
You guys are lucky if you think Brie Larson is unattractive. You should live here in New Hampshire. People around here are fucking gross. Oh, I'm sorry. The majority of people here are fugly. Like,
well, the problem with New Hampshire
myself included.
is no one in New Hampshire has heard of moisturizer. So
no, it's just like I live in a very ugly world. So when I see somebody like Brie Larson, who in my opinion is much above average, it's like, really? That's what you think is ugly?
She's a Hollywood 6, but a New Hampshire 2000.
Crazy. That people call Brie Larson unattractive, but then they call Lizzo hot. I'm like, okay, let's not gaslight ourselves here. Come on, let's not be what?
How? What?
A big potato.
Lizzo attractive and Brie Larson ugly. I'm like, okay, we've all gone to clown world
People
at this point.
Who say that, this is what I have to say to them.
Liar!
Yeah. So I have a theory for that. Did Obi-Wan have sex with Padme when he got out of that ship? Because he pulled his pants up.
What the?
No, watch the scene. If you watch the scene again, he comes out of the ship. He kind of pulls his pants up like he pounded Padme.
What have you done?
Oh,
I am your real father.
I'm just saying. Wait,
do I have to pull up that scene so we can?
No, forgot. He can't even be Luke's father. She's like 8 months pregnant at that point. It's not gonna make any difference.
As far as we know, this could have been a pre-existing relationship.
Yeah.
This is why Superman works alone.
I agree.
Luke has Obi-Wan's eyes. Hello. Well, hello.
Also,
there.
RJ basically hits the nail on the head.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Eric.
Oh my god. Headless. You've earned this. Let me. You've earned this. Headless, that's for you because oh my god, that is
Oh, I need to ask about that 300 movie. Does that movie have comics based around
Yes,
it?
it does.
Yep.
It's based on a graphic novel, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, so like it has like what an overarching arc that's still going on, or it's just like two.
It's done. It's done. It's
Okay.
only
This
like
is,
2 graphic novels. Just read the 300 one.
This is
Okay.
Jared's review of 300, the comic.
Crap, mega crap.
Lies. So guess what I did? I pulled up the episode 3 clip that MSK is referring to. So, hang on.
All right.
Give me
Let's
no
settle
sound.
this. Let's settle
No
this.
sounds
Oh.
because we don't need sound for this. But anyway, here we go.
Maybe I was retarded. Just saying, he comes out pretty
I mean,
posturing.
usually.
He came out after she did. Like he came out looking a little.
He does kind of touch his pants a little bit.
Come on,
adjusting
Yeah.
himself there.
he can't even
Got a
touch his
force
Well,
pregnant
choke
here.
here.
Padme just got a new kink.
Did they not give
Yeah.
her a stomach prosthetic? Because she is not looking like she's having kids at all right there.
Nope.
I got choked a pregnant woman. What a bitch.
That is such a fake fall. I'm like, good. He's like, oh. I'm like, what the hell is that?
And you know it's not because the actors are bad, dude. They like those prequels had some amazing actors. That was all director right there that made them act that crappy.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Well, the thing is, that's kind of like George Lucas in a nutshell. He's a
Mhm.
great world builder. He's a great plotter, but even in the classic trilogy days, like Harrison Ford said, George, you can type this, but you can't say it.
Yeah. Yeah. I know Harrison Ford's best lines in the film were improvised. I love you. I know.
Yeah, and like the best films were made with he had actually very little involvement with Empire Strikes Back. That was
Kasdan,
what was it?
Lawrence Katz.
Lawrence Kasdan, but the director, can't remember the name, but what's funny is Lawrence Kasdan wrote Force Awakens, so I don't know what happened. Apparently,
Well, you know what happened?
Ideology.
What he
His
did
son
is
was the one who wrote Solo, but Lawrence put his name
Nick,
on it.
what happened is that he watched episode 4 and just essentially put like dictate on Microsoft Word and then had it dictate episode 4. Because I got news for you. Episode 7 should be called episode 4 remastered.
It's not even remastered well.
No, dude, episode was episode. Wait, are you talking about the Force Awakens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my
otherwise
opinion-
known as forcing me to go back to sleep.
Well, no, dude, like so I saw like the first 5 minutes of that movie. I was in love. I was like, this is awesome. Like I thought we were gonna follow John Boyega's character going from a crisis of faith here where he escapes.
He's black.
Yeah, yeah, that's all they
China would not allow a strong black man to live.
which
with
sucks because if you ever see Attack the Block, Boyega's awesome in that. But like I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be about a stormtrooper who basically, deserts the Empire or whatever the hell. Like I don't even. Why is it still the Empire? Like that place is gone. But like deserts.
No, it's
whatever
not the
that
Empire.
remnant-
It's the First Order.
yeah, which is so stupid.
Empire Light.
To be
well,
fair,
if he
basically the way it worked is there was Imperial remnants, which, by the way, if you go in the EU, there is Imperial
Yeah.
What
remnants.
happened?
yeah.
And they basically kind of reorganized into the First Order at some point.
But
Yeah, but
remember,
that's
here's
not-
the stupid part. Remember, somehow Palpatine returned, and the fact that they decided, okay, you know how we all thought Palpatine was just Empire, that we thought Snoke was just Emperor Palpatine. He's
Hell,
literally
even the
a
Dark
clone.
Plagueis series actually held some water. Like if it turned out that Snoke was Dark Plagueis, I would have been fine with that.
No, I liked the way that it started, kind of like the a Phantom Menace. The Phantom Menace started off really good, and as soon as they got down to that planet and they met Jar Jar, and here's the thing: is like Jar Jar sucked, but that wasn't what made the movie go to shit for me.
No,
For
Chris.
some reason it went to shit after that.
Chris, again, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I like the Phantom Menace outside of the pod racing scene. That really bored me, especially the kids.
Unfortunately, Nick, the ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
Oh,
It's fine by me. I never claimed to be
Oh
smart.
man, Nick's getting toxic.
no, but here's the thing: it's like the
Well, then call me
prequels
Britney
failed.
Spears.
The prequels failed at one thing that the original trilogy excelled at, and that's
Having
knowing
everything?
your audience. No, it's knowing your audience.
Sorry, that's everything they failed at.
Yeah,
you know.
The first movie was for kids. The first movie, it was for dumb fun. Whoa! I blew up robots. Whoa! The kids love that shit. The stupid CGI fat guy that's whatever the hell. I don't care. That's for people that like flashing lights and keys jangling in their face. Good. You'll get the kid audience. Okay. The second movie was not anywhere near targeting that first movie. It'll bore the shit out of the kids that love the first movie. And it had the most inane, you're not like sand, you're soft. My sister rolled her eyes. I heard
as he traces her shoulder. By the way, I will
be honest? Okay. Chris,
I need to be honest left my body.
Chris, I need to be honest with you. The very thing that made people hate the prequels is the very thing that saved it. Let's be honest. The memes saved the prequels because all the crap we hated, and we made so many memes. That is what saved the prequels in people's eyes.
I will say this,
by the time you get to the third movie,
it's a crap line, but it's fun.
I will say this:
you go to a beach and you post on Instagram. I hate sand.
Dude, I will say though, finish my mini rant here though.
Go ahead, Cook.
The rise of, or what the hell was it, Revenge of the Sith or whatever, that'll scare the shit out of and emotionally scar the same kids that watched The Phantom Menace and went, whoa, we're killing robots. Whoa. Suddenly you got this guy with a lightsaber cutting down younglings. They didn't want to call it. He's killing kids, but he just butchers kids. And it was like, did you, your tonal inconsistency is off the charts here, buddy.
What's funny is even the prequel haters admit, okay, yeah, Revenge of the Sith was kind of good.
Revenge of the Sith is the best prequel.
That even the haters say, yeah, it's kind of good. It's because stuff actually happens in Revenge of the Sith. Mm-hmm. I think Revenge of the Sith is kind of where they finally found the nice sweet spot between. The problem with the prequels was they got bogged down by the politics. Okay,
I was gonna say so. I'm a political science nerd, and I actually got really excited whenever I saw the council chamber scenes.
Talking about trade disputes and all that.
I was hear about that. I want to see a sci-fi Flash Gordon romp. Let's talk about trade.
I also love, by the way, how I wonder if George Lucas was actually using the Galactic Republic's Senate as a commentary on how ineffective the UN is.
I mean, let's be honest here. The prequels were made in kind of they were written in a pre-9/11 world. But to say they weren't affected by 9/11 and the Iraq War is I guarantee you the rewrites were done with because the thing is episode 2 came out in 2003, the same year as the Iraq. And even if he wasn't intending it, it is seen as a parallel with the Iraq War. Okay. Well, so the prequels are very much a product of the Bush era politics.
As much as I hate the films, it's eerily prescient when they're in the assembly area or whatever, and Padme's and that's how democracy dies, with thunderous applause. And then you look over and watch C-SPAN and see the exact thing happening in the Senate.
And then the Emperor says, I love democracy.
Yeah, okay, Trudeau.
Sorry, Nix.
No, it's true. It's true. Nobody here likes him either.
No,
don't worry.
Yeah, and you can't get rid of them. It's goodbye.
Get the heck out.
I'm sorry, man. When I first watched Attack of the Clones, I thought that was just a steaming pile of shit. I fell asleep. I thought this movie so bad.
I mean, my favorite part is Anakin, I can't be with you, while wearing literally the sexiest dress imaginable and being in the most romantic setting.
Not wearing a bra. Wait a second.
You got the fire going.
Nick, it's allow me. So she's in the black dress in a very romantically lit room.
Someone Jared, can you grab the scene?
I got you.
Yeah, he's gonna blow his metachlorians over.
Or how about this? How about this? My favorite scene. Are you ready from episode 2? This is when it really told me that this movie's complete other crap. When he comes back from Tatooine after slaughtering the Sand people, he goes, I killed them. not just the men, but the women and the children too. He basically committed genocide, and she's like, "Don't worry, I still love you." And I'm like, "What the heck?"
He's not even that cute.
I think at that point,
He's jealous.
Padme
He's holding me back.
had really felt Anakin's lightsaber.
Yeah.
She really felt the Force. If you get what I'm saying.
They started having some aggressive negotiations.
Yeah, some force thrust.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
I got it. Look at
Chris, I was trying to keep it in subtext. You just like brought it up
real quick, real quick, and then we should get back on topic. But hang on.
Do you have to have a long lightsaber?
Headless?
Yeah.
All right.
Look at this.
Look at that.
Oh,
Look
God,
at that.
This is terrible.
Damn, girl.
So bad. Please
She looks
bring
good in that,
movie
by
to
the
the
way.
She could
ground.
do one sneeze, and that would be the best wardrobe malfunction ever.
I love titties. Boobies.
Okay, MSK, calm down, boy.
That's a woman.
Yeah.
But it's a high-level romantic setting.
Or when she goes, "Don't look at me like that. It makes me uncomfortable." "I'm sorry, milady." He gives that like really creepy smile. Looks like I'm going to turn you into a lampshade.
Yeah, I'm a dot on a map.
Here's me being apologetic for the prequels, okay? Anakin is basically anything past 11, he never got socialized. He never got taught how to handle his feelings. So you got to realize Anakin kind of had a stunted teenage adolescence, okay? You need to realize that. Like basically he lived to like he was 11. He was far too old because the younglings, they grow up in this environment. He didn't. So, hey, Professor Savage Dad, how you doing, buddy? So honestly, a lot of the things he says, like the "I hate them," they're like animals. He never was able to process feelings. He never got taught how. Like the Jedi are like, suppress it, suppress it, suppress it.
No, I understand that, but her reaction when he basically confesses to genocide, she basically goes, "It's okay." I'm like, he just
I got no
committed
excuse for
genocide.
that. I'm not trying to excuse that. But what I'm saying is,
I feel like
George actually had a good plot. It's just his follow through and his execution that was lacking. Okay.
I think she might be one of those like if Star Wars was like a modern day story, she'd be one of those people who watch true crime.
Oh no, she's like, "I can fix him."
She's like the serial killer's girlfriend kind of thing.
Yep.
I mean, you know how like there's a Night Stalker documentary on Netflix. Apparently, that dude was getting hit up by like some really hot girls in like he's already a convicted serial killer. It's like, "Hey, Night Stalker, can you stalk me?"
Okay.
Yeah,
Ted
serial
Bundy.
killers have like, I'm sorry, but like I've known so many girls who are like into like talking about serial killers. It's kind of scary. Like the amount of women who fall asleep to forensic files is insane.
Wife material.
They're a different breed.
Those are the girls you gotta wipe up. Yeah, you love serial killers? Yep, that'll get my gears going, girl.
To forensic files. They can kill you, and they know how to hide the body. So be very afraid.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's real difficult to hide them, though.
He did Padme a favor here.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, MSK?
Hey.
All right, so I think we've had some fun. Let's hit the rage button right
Fuck
here.
prequel.
So, all right. So, Matt Walsh said some stupid stuff. Can someone pull up his tweet, please?
No, really?
I know.
I just want to say before we start, Jeremy had a candy bar where it was a he/him nuts thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the other one was nutless. Just saying, do you guys think it was Brett Cooper's vagina juices that supplied that chocolate?
I actually lost them at Brett Cooper shorts. I do like her. I do like Brett Cooper. I think
you're insane. You can be locked up away from normal people.
Female Ben Shapiro is pretty hot.
Yeah. Would you eat her chocolate bars? Probably
you don't like Ben Shapiro with a wig.
I'm just saying, man. Go up to a friend and be like, "Hey, man, I bought Jeremy Boring's nuts in my mouth and I put them in there." Just if you said that to a friend, just saying, they're gonna think some stuff.
All right, Jared, you got the tweets?
Which ones?
Because
he addresses gaming a lot, so you're going to have to be a little more specific.
like the initial stuff, and then like him crying
You're
about
gonna,
it.
again, you're gonna have to be a little more specific for
Yeah,
initial stuff.
do I have? So basically, what you're saying is, do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Yeah, really narrows it down like a lot.
Yeah, so MG
Do your
very
best.
first-
Just do your best.
We could also talk about the time he was talking about anime being satanic, and when someone
we're gonna get to that. So
Yeah.
so Chris, can you explain to the audience, for like the one or two people who don't know who Matt Walsh is, could you explain that, please?
What is a woman? Matt Walsh is a conservative show host, I guess.
Conservative.
Yeah, and here's the thing that I find, like, you guys are all familiar with the horseshoe theory, right?
Yeah.
Well, basically, when you go far enough right, you go left. And that's basically what it is.
Mhm.
You know, I'm so tired. Like back in the 90s, dude, we had the satanic panic, you know, Dungeons and Dragons is the tool of the devil, you know, all that crap.
And Jared, believe it or not, I actually did not live through that era. So that's one
sure
thing
you
I
did.
got on you. I'm actually
Sure
younger
you
than
did. No, don't worry. You were there at the beginning of time. But my problem with what
Thank
Matt
God.
said and has said in the past about this stuff is, so the right's been complaining a lot about how the left has this like hold on pop culture. And I'm
Exactly.
like, this is why.
Yep.
Because you explicitly either attack it or ignore it. And I'm like, this is why I don't want to hear them complaining anymore.
Yeah, and it's like I thought, like, because here's the thing. In 2012, the right kind of went a bit kind of like they basically burned the party down and reorganized it. Like, because like I would say 2012 was the end of the Reagan era of Republicanism. Because if you notice, Mitt Romney was very much a Reagan era style Republican. Like, he was kind of in that same mold. But after 2012, when they lost again, that's when you started to see like the Ben Shapiro's and like kind of like this alt, almost kind of, you know, whatever, but like this different style of conservatives. Like the young people started to kind of take over, and that's where I think the modern right was born in 2012. And and like they're kind of younger, hipper. I really hate saying that word, but like they talked about more things, and that's when a lot of young people got on board. See, the problem is, you know, like I think the right actually kind of went more towards the center after 2012. You know,
Do you remember Jack Thompson?
You mean the dude that was constantly trying to have lawsuits against gaming industries, and he
dude who literally lost his license?
No, Jack Thompson was our first example of the left trying to censor video. They were pulling all of the moralist garbage that the right had been pulling, and it was the strangest thing when Jack Thompson, Leland Yee, Tipper Gore, all these people.
Tipper Gore was like Tipper Gore has been crusading since the 80s.
Yep.
Like you remember one of my favorite moments in music history is when Dee Snider testified before Congress and basically implied that Tipper Gore was into BDSM.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like Dee Snider is kind of a cuck now, but like that moment, I love it.
But that's the weird thing is, like, to me, that was when we achieved balance, is when I was like, all right, like I actually liked Adam Sessler. I actually liked, like, you know, these media personalities that were defending their music, their art, and being like, you know what? Like God, I think it was even freaking I'll tell you about, what was it? Fucking Flavor Flav was even in there. And I'm like, hell yeah, man. You know, like, yeah, boy. I'm like,
I remember
okay.
seeing this quote. This is not my quote, but like I remember seeing this somewhere.
Ooh.
The party that champions free speech is the one that currently does not have it. Yeah. And I think that's kind of an important thing to remember here. And then
it's a pendulum.
Look at the
why are you showing the crow
trailer? No, I just wanted
to wow.
Just go, Greg, look at the like to dislike ratio on this.
Ratio. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Is that
look
DMC5? Or
yeah.
I'm trying to find exactly. The point is, see, here's the thing. And again, see, what I don't like is when and this happens on both sides, when one side complains about an issue, like we don't like the left has control over social media, over like pop culture, and yet you do nothing to actually remedy that, or you attack the thing that people are into that you use to reach people.
What was it?
They don't
like,
provide
like
solutions.
the right continually shoots themselves in the foot. Like, what was it, like 2012 or whatever, where like during that election cycle, all of a sudden the right had this sudden obsession with like different levels of R word or whatever. Like, and they said some really stupid shit like, oh, if a woman is getting SA'd, her body will shut down and she won't be like. Did you even like think about going to hell?
Yeah. I'd like to know what fantasy world you live in, because it's clearly not Earth. But yeah. What bothers me though is the early 2000s, when I used to watch G4 TV and I used to like listen to like musicians fighting back. Like, we literally had Rage Against the Machine, okay? And all of a sudden,
the era of the Man Show.
Yeah, and then all of a
sudden. By the way, do you know who was the co-host of the Man Show?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. And all of a sudden, around 2012-ish or 2010, 2012-ish, suddenly all of those people just went nuts. Like, after Obama came in, all of a sudden it went from fight for freedom, fight the bullshit like censorship, to my feelings are hurt, we have to censor everything. And I was like, when the hell did, like, I've always been left. Why are the left guys acting so nuts? And now I'm apparently a far right extremist.
Because the left likes to claim the party switch. This is how they can like celebrate Lincoln. Well, he's also a Republican. This is how they excuse a lot of the racist Democrats of the 50s. You know, like when they integrated the schools in the 1950s, and you had like the Democratic governor, like literally barring the door, saying segregation now and forever. Like that's how they did it. Like, oh, in the 60s, the party switch. Personally, I don't believe in the party switch. But if we're going to pretend it happened, then we had another party switch in 2012.
Yeah.
Because the left is basically making the same arguments the right was making in the 80s and the 90s and kind of in the 2000s.
It's just same exact. So bizarre. Because like I've always been pretty left leaning. You know, there's a lot of there's a lot of stances that I hold that would be considered left leaning. And then out of nowhere, I'm now far right extremist because I don't want kids to get diddled or like.
Well, that's because like they've been shoving the Overton window so far to the left. You know, like anything left of anything right of Stalin is considered
anyway.
You know.
Yeah.
So this is the other thing. So I like how Matt Walsh like plays the victim card when he's called out, saying, "Why are you like?" Because here's the thing: you can say that you can have issues with pop culture and stuff. That's fine. I take issue when he goes to the extreme and like MSK was referencing calls anime for people who like kids. Let me put it to you that way.
I'm sorry, but that argument is 30 years old. Grow up.
Not every anime is student teacher.
People, Jared, too far. But yes, Matt Walsh is very much a grifter, and that sealed the deal for me. It's like I'm getting harassment. Like that is like the number one. This is literally what the Sweet Baby Ink people are doing. They say some stupid shit, they hide, and they're like, more harassment, my death threats. You know, it's exactly what Sweet Baby Ink was doing. So he has proven he is no better than them.
I want to point out that in the video, he literally said verbatim that video games had never really received mainstream media attention. Not while realizing, let's say a few weeks ago, you know, there was a pretty huge discourse around
the last 10
suicide.
years.
He also mentioned in his video, the very first part of it, where like video game voice actors are not as talked about as like celebrities like Sydney Sweeney and somebody's like, what planet are you on? What?
What's up, Kevin Conroy, dude?
Nolan North, Gray DeLuise, okay, obviously Hollywood
You have to watch
celebrities
the
are
full
on a
video.
whole
I
higher
want you
caliber
to
than-
get
than-
AIDS.
Like, okay, obviously, yes, Hollywood actors are on a whole nother level than video game voice actors. Yes. See, this is the thing. He's doing a half truth here. But to say that nobody celebrates these people is an outright falsehood. Yes, like Sydney Sweeney, everyone knows Sydney Sweeney. But if you say Nolan North, some people might know it. A lot of people don't. Okay? So half truth. But he's using a half truth to mask a lie. He's pretending that, like, no one knows who Nolan North is. No one knows who Greg DeLuise is. No, like no one knows who the Raven voice actor Tara Strong.
Like,
honestly, Dave, I would not be surprised because I don't know. He certainly acts like a mean girl.
it's one of these things where I mean, if people want to function off the media controls things, if the media looks down on gamers by that logic, why would they push video game narratives? And that's still not true because they don't push them as much. But when they do get mainstream, I mean, the ones that really got the big attention were, I mean, I think COD started this, where like people thought if you played violent video games like COD, you become like a mass shooter or something. That little legitimately got big attention. Yeah, like we just had the GTA 6 drama like a few months ago. Remember?
Well, to be fair, we all expect. Let's be honest. We all expected that to happen. We all
that happens every Grand Theft Auto game. Let's be honest here. Every
GTA
time.
honestly lives off of that stuff. Like literally, their entire brand was built. Like they engineered the controversy for like the first game. Like literally, go look it up. They actually did. Like we all knew this was gonna happen. Like it's kind of a money sack that we all draw from.
But yeah, I'm trying to work for the Daily Wire. I'm trying to rap like Ben Shapiro, spitting bars. So give me a job.
Not after this stream, they won't. But like, I don't know.
Dang it. Well, I guess I'll have to go work a normal job. Freak.
No.
Yeah. Just gotta do that 9 to 5. You know.
so yeah, like honestly, and that's the other thing. Like, this controversy really has snowballed beyond a level. Like, I do call this Gamergate to Electric Boogaloo. Like in my mind, it is. And I know that I know there's some conspiracy theories that like this is kind of an engineered because like they need their clicks. I don't care. Let's go.
Well, that's the thing. If you're already that big, like, okay, so there's people who don't know how to do YouTube. When you're that big like he is, it doesn't matter what you do. He could put out a video of him eating an apple. People would watch it. If you're that big, you don't need to do clicks anymore.
Henry Cavill building a PC.
Henry Cavill could be shirtless with no underwear on, and he probably get a billion.
Did you watch that Star Wars girl reaction? Like, I felt like at any moment she'd be like, "Sorry, I got so wait. I have the perfect thing." Okay, wait.
Oh, I know what you're playing.
Yes, you know exactly.
What's that dripping noise?
I have no idea.
You mentioned a girl and dripping, and I just went, okay, this is super good timing there.
I have so many clips. It's bad.
It happens to 1 in 5 men.
So this was that Star Wars girl reaction when seeing Henry Cavill build a PC.
I'll be in my bunk.
You know exactly what I was doing. So let's switch gears here. Let's do the main event.
The main event, the Tuesday night's main event.
Well, no, we're not a wrestling promotion.
Wrestling,
but whatever. So it's the Battle of the E's here. All right.
Is this battle rated E for everyone?
These fists certainly are.
Oh no!
EA Sports.
Get into it.
EA Sports. Get in the game.
Good Lord.
What have we done? But anyway, so basically we had Yaira launch earlier and raging success. What's it currently up to? Like, isn't it approaching like
over 1 million?
It's like 1.1 million. Actually, it set the record of Eric's books as like the fastest to get to 1 million.
Damn.
Yeah, and this is the third book that has outsold the highest selling Comicsgate book.
Also, to keep in mind, this was done with 2 different characters. The first 2 back-to-back $1 million campaigns, multiple millions, like 2.7, 3.7, or 2.1 or whatever, with Ice on the main flagship guy. Then the subsequent campaigns, back-to-back $1 million. That's impressive. That different characters also hit that number 2. That is impressive.
Yeah, the very fact that he can get consistently get $1 million for his campaigns, that proves that he has something there.
Well, yeah, you want to say ISOM was successful because of politics. You can make that argument, but here's the thing: you can only play that card for so long. And I think Eric July is far enough into his career that the success is coming from the love for his books. He can't really coast off of politics anymore. It has to be the books.
I mean, there are some criticisms I have when it comes to like ISOM, but the fact that he gets this much excitement about comics, everyone should be happy about that, because if the industry is healthy, everyone benefits.
Well, here's my thing, okay? I'm happy that he's making this money because it's bringing attention to an alternative comic source. It's not mainstream, it's not Marvel, it's not DC. Good for him for that. But I think we would be remiss if we didn't say that this was not or basically this was YouTube channel swag. Mm-hmm. He could have sold a towel, he could have sold a shirt, he could have sold a blanket and made just as much. The thing is this is about marketing, and Eric July is a master of it. He has the full backing of the Blaze Media. He's got what, a decade's worth of a platform that he's established. None of us will be able to do that. You know?
Yeah.
Like that.
And the thing is, this is kind of like the difference between Ethan and Eric is Ethan has the name. Mm-hmm. Ethan has the skill. Okay, we're talking about Ethan Van Sciver here. You know, and Ethan, let's be honest here. Ethan is no slouch at marketing either. Eric is probably 2 or 3 levels better, but Ethan is not no idiot. Mm-hmm. Well, some would argue, but we're not going to go there.
I would, but I digress.
And to answer your question, in the private chat, Eric, about MSK, yes.
But the other thing is... Hey, what's up, Nerdette? How you doing? What's up, Nerdette? By the way, we have to collab again. Answer your email.
No.
I love to collab with you, Nerdette, sometimes.
No, Nerdette. You gotta collab with me. You know, you're sandwiched in between
fighting over Nerdette.
You're sandwiched in between a black guy and a Mexican and a white guy. You gotta, you know.
Okay, calm down. Calm down, my friend.
I've seen that on the hub.
All right, back to books. Yeah.
All right, Jared, I'm kind of speechless right now, so you go ahead.
Yeah, but this is why. Yes, exactly. This is why when I reviewed ISOM, one of the things that I said in my video was, regardless of your opinion on ISOM, the quality, the fact that he can get this much excitement and money, first off, from in a time when comic books are kind of declining. You know what it kind of proves, actually? It kind of proves that people aren't tired off of comic books. They're tired off of the BS that the big two have been doing.
That's stuff like this for a while.
Yeah, that's the big thing is, okay, so anyone, I mean, look, because I know a lot of you guys are sports fans, right? I imagine you are. You know, your team wins one time, people just call it luck, and that's fair. Anyone can do something one time. But to do it multiple times is not luck. And also, have people noticed when those events happen with Eric, it feels like an event, people are looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So it shows that. Yeah, and the thing is, I know people are gonna say each book made less. Well, that happens in the main comic book industry too. It's not a thing that's just applicable.
A drop is normal. A dramatic drop is not normal, and these books yes, the very fact that they made close to that proves that he can sell merch. Well, yeah, but
that's kind of like
that's my point.
Is you could argue the quality of the books. We the quality of the books. Yeah, they're kind of less than Marvel, but the marketing, and yes, they are merch. And
that's true. But that's also a big problem right there too. How many indie guys do you know, probably outside of I don't know, give or take on your own hand, how many you can count that I actually can sell their book properly? A lot of them can't. A lot of them actually have very bad marketing tools or don't even know how to do it. Actually,
well, here's
being able to sell your stuff. is a good thing. Like a lot of people don't know how to sell properly.
MSK,
If you have a platform, things become easier. Establish a platform.
Oh yeah, true.
For 10 years.
Yeah.
If Please Media pushing your name, you got your music on iTunes. Like those are all benefits that'll help you push your comic. If you haven't noticed, every YouTuber now has a comic. You got Moist Critical that's got a comic. You got Drunk 3PO, like all of them.
Are you Mr. Krabs?
Never dead. What's funny is I think me and Chris are really the only two people here with comics. So which one are you?
I have a cover, and she knows I'm writing one.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like out of all the indie guys that they're on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or whatever, how many of those guys can effectively sell their book? I know very few. Very few.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, MSK. And this is kind of the problem I have with like a lot of my fellow indies is what Eric does is he's constantly hyping something up. Like I actually do what Eric does, just on a much smaller scale and maybe not as effective. But what Eric does is creates a constant hype cycle. Okay, It's like once one book is done, he's already getting you hyped for the next one. What a lot of these indies do is like, oh, I got a book 3 months before. Hey guys, they're all over Twitter for all over it for like 3 months. They do the Kickstarter, let's say successful, and then they disappear for a year, and then there's a book. Okay, I'm not going to name any names.
It's kind of like, okay, you know what? I'm going to make a comparison. It's totally in my character to make this comparison, but bear with me. Eric July is like Zack Snyder. He is capable of selling his product really well to his supporters. I son was bad at every level. Check out winning points. Okay, Wonder Woman. Wait. When Tom King has Diana punching her mother, that's when I go.
I'm not
okay. So just to be fair here, I personally don't have a lot of interest in Eric's books myself because I do find like the character designs to be very generic. The storylines they're that really doesn't really interest me. Yaira kind of does because she has kind of a cool character design.
It's because she has big tits and a big ass.
Yeah,
I mean partially, but the thing is, like a lot of the stuff that Nerdette is saying, I'm actually not that unsympathetic.
So the books,
the thing is,
themselves.
MSK,
Yeah.
MSK. I'm talking.
Yes.
One at a time. But like the thing that I respect is its marketing.
Yeah.
Hello.
And see, the thing is again, but here's the thing. Regardless, Tristan, I'll put you out on this. This is a counterpoint to what Nerdette is saying. Yeah, it's merch, but here's the thing. It's already niche merch in a niche market. Comics are not as big. He could make so much more if he sold T-shirts and mouse pads or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know, man, because like his comics have kind of allowed him to reach a much wider audience. Because if you think about it, if he was just selling like Ripperverse T-shirts, he'd only really be going to his audience. Like how much his name is kind of pretty well known in the comic industry now because of this. Like this was kind of a way for him to like it's like Nerdette says, it's marketing, and now because he's doing this comic, now he's getting these $1 million campaigns. Everyone is paying attention to him.
Well, the other thing is
what was MFK saying? Sorry.
No. I just want to bring up bad and good is going to be a subjective thing anyway. That's a neither here nor there point. Because just because I would think something's bad doesn't mean someone else is going to think it's bad. Like, because let's think if these books were that bad, just to saying if they were that bad, there wouldn't be a returning audience for that.
So if they were since past bad, that's for Nick.
And the thing is, since past, the art's actually pretty good in it.
If you read Ghost Machine, baby. There's a book in Ghost Machine called Hornsby and Hasbro's, some actual garbage. I thought I needed to get the knife for that. It was awful to read. I know there's plenty of worse stuff out there. Just saying. There's Civil War 2 in Marvel. That is pretty bad.
That's actually one thing I would agree with you guys on, because if like
you're pissing Tristan off. What are you doing?
Tristan, do you want to come on here and say your point? I'll send you I'll send you a link.
No way you like that. No way she liked that. That book was
Nerdette,
terrible.
if you want to come on here, I'll have Jared send you the link.
No, she can't come on.
She doesn't answer emails, so
there's
a little issue there, Nick.
Man. Can she handle being around hot, sexy men like me without getting like sweaty? You know,
I don't know. If you can handle Jared, and he's sexier than you, so I think.
Whoa! Let's not go right here.
No, we're going to do a pose-off. That got him.
And see, here's the thing. Like we all have the things. Okay, guys. But here's the thing. MSK, check the chat. But here's the thing. We all have our stuff. You know, I'm not really a fan of ISOM, but Dave likes it. We all have our preferences.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're all valid. If you like ISOM, cool.
Well, you have an open invitation to any of my panels, Nerdette, so don't worry about
Nerdette,
that
you are
too.
welcome on the Frenzy anytime, my friend. You are welcome anytime.
Well,
but yeah.
What I like about her is, like, you know, she likes to go back and forth. And even if she disagrees with you, she's fine. She's not about to hurt anybody. You know, I can respect it about people. There's some people out there who, if you disagree with them, they'll go insane. And it's like, bro, it's just a different opinion. Ain't gotta
I got a lot of
She and I have conversations about Snyder's movies all the time, and yeah, she and I disagree on them vehemently. But it's like, because she is always like, okay, we both have different preferences. That's allowed.
Yeah. And then Dave's like, to claim his comics or merch is disingenuous. The reality of the Indie for most any of the arts, in fact, you need a social media following. It's not. It is in no way a bad thing. I totally agree.
Well, Nick, I want to ask you this: since you have books, do you consider books merch, or do you consider that a separate thing? You consider like a shirt or a sticker or trading card merch, or is it all the same to you?
Okay, so when I'm speaking from my own personal perspective. This
Yeah,
is how I feel. I'm not making a blanket statement of this is X. So in my opinion, the comic books are my main content. Even this YouTube stuff is a side venture to support it. And by the way, if you made it this far, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I got Turn Samurai coming up, Street Shit coming up. The YouTube is just a way to get my name out there, to build a following, and my comics are the main thing. Okay? And so stuff like prints, shirts, that is the merch. That's the support. Merch is support stuff. This is just all my opinion, by the way. The comics are my main. I don't want to say content, because like that, I feel like they kind of devalues them. But like the comics are my main thing. Everything else is in support of that.
And I would argue that a lot of comics now are in support of a YouTube channel.
A lot of them are.
Hey Herman, how you doing? Thanks for hey, appreciate you us guiding. By the way, watch out for that tree.
That one.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Oh,
sorry,
Herman.
Wait, Nick.
Yeah.
Should he be on the road with like one of your ancestors?
Oh
you
my
know how bad old people are driving.
Hi, Herman. So I did put out a video saying what the books can do better. I did do that. I when people say the books are perfect, I disagree with that. I have my own issues with the books, actually. I think a big issue with the second book, actually, was... Okay, so, like, I know everyone's watched enough TV and anime and movies to know this, right? You know when a character goes through something, they show you the impacts of their decision? That's what a good storyteller would do, right? I feel like the book was fine, but for the main aspect of what it was trying to do, it doesn't show you the full impact of that decision. And I feel like that was bad. So so going forward, what the Rippaverse books could do is that when you're having impactful moments in the story, kind of show more nuance with it, show more of how this decision impacts other people.
And clearly explain the powers that each character has, because there's so many times where I'm like, I was reading Isom and I'm like, wait, so he can fly, but he can't fly? What? I don't understand this.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do feel like a lot of the criticisms for Isom is a bit overblown. Like, oh, look, his boots aren't dirty. I thought he worked in construction.
Yeah, that was a dumb one. I was like, what?
At that point, you're talking to a mentally deranged person.
like you want to say the art's bad, you want to say all this stuff. That's fair play. But a lot of this like minor stuff, it's just getting a little bit too nitpicky for my taste. Like I get it. Like the art's not to everyone's taste, and like you want to call it bad. That's a fair thing to say. I don't know. I just feel like some people are a little overzealous.
The thing that really bothers me is what chased me away from mainstream comics, or basically all of my hobbies, was this volatility from the creators of not being able to like geek out about the cool stuff that I used to like. Because now all of a sudden there's all these like social, things put in, and rainbow this and race that and all this stuff. And it was like, I just want to geek out about the stuff I enjoy.
I just want to see Batman punch the Joker.
Yeah,
Is that
well,
hard?
I like to discuss things that I've read or watched or whatever with people. And we can't do that now, because if you have any criticism or any perspective, you're a hater, or it's, you're part of team A and we're part of team B. We got to fight or whatever. And it's like, that's just as bad as the mainstream shit. Like, I never sat at the cool kids table, dude. I had friends in every group. I didn't care, like I had jock friends, I had nerd friends, I had band geek friends, like goth friends even, and I just hate going, if I was ever in a situation where the band geek's like, dude, you're hanging out with the jocks, it's either them or us, I'm gonna be like, well, it's clearly not you. Goodbye. You're making me miss.
Tribalism is so cringe, man. Yeah.
That's why like when it comes to me, it's like, if you're a fan of me and you're also a fan of someone that I dislike, that's okay. I'm not gonna make you choose. It's not, you can be a fan of me and then someone else that I beef with or dislike, or even if I hate the person or whatever, and you're a fan of them, that's okay. I
pre-ordered Yaira, and look what else I read Cyberfrog. I really don't care.
Allowed. That's not allowed, Jared.
That's it's verboten.
And I will also say this for anything comic wise. I know people have said that comics in the mainstream are bad, or their opinions are fine. I would challenge people: go out and buy some of the new ones and see if you like it. Because anyone can say they like or dislike something, but it's different if you yourself go out and get it and read it yourself and make your own opinion.
Exactly. And this is
like,
why
I gotta be honest with you. I was reading Godzilla versus Power Rangers. Like, my library actually had the trade in stock, and I was actually reading it like a few hours ago. It's really good. Like, the art is fantastic.
Yes.
It's got kind of like semi-anime. By the way, Jared, we need to cover that in comic.
Yes, we will. We will 100%.
And like, it's really good. Like, the story's really written really well. There's no BS in it. It's just they do it. They mix it really well. Like, this stuff is good.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
I would argue there's more good stuff than bad stuff. You just have to know to look for it. Like let me put it this way. I'm going to tell you, because here's the thing. I've been very critical of like Tom King's Wonder Woman run. And here's the thing. Yes, there are things about it that I don't like the Wonder Woman punching her mother, because I think that's really stupid and just Tom King trying to work out his mommy issues. However...
However, you're former CIA, so that comes with territory.
I do like how, for instance, I like how he uses like a lot of like how he is he's basically respecting all of Wonder Woman's history. All the Wonder Girls are showing up in a book for once instead of Yara being ignored. And then you have like Joshua Williamson's Superman, which doesn't have a lot of Lois Lane. So I'm like, yes, that you already have a check mark.
No, Lois Lane is worth an extra 2 points.
And then we have great books like Godzilla versus the Justice League, and I'm like, I'm enjoying that way more than I thought I would.
Bat Yeager, anybody?
That hasn't shown up yet, and I'm like, if that is just a variant cover, I'm gonna be so freaking pissed. I want that.
I want Batman to talk about canceling the apocalypse.
Yeah, but Nick, I just realized if Universal buys Warner Brothers, we could get that movie.
Oh, MSK, do you have something you want to say to Jared?
Oh, no. I was just speaking out loud.
No.
Just
You said it in private chat, say in public.
It's crazy how this guy likes Zack Snyder, and he likes the Zack Snyder of comic book writers. It's just, it all makes sense now at this point.
No, don't insult Zack Snyder. Don't insult Zack Snyder.
Wait a minute. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I think Dave brings up an interesting point is, Rippo was kind of just starting out with ISOM, and there's going to be growing pains. I think he does deserve a chance to let him improve. Like, if his books don't improve, then yes, let's keep ragging on him. But if he does improve, I think he does deserve some compliments.
Well, here's the thing. The minute you give me an alternative, like if I don't like, let's say I like the Rippaverse, but I don't like ISOM, I can buy a book written by Chuck frickin' Dixon.
And if they don't like the Justice League, Jared, don't you have a book coming out that's
As a matter of fact, I actually have a little something to share if you don't mind.
All right, give it to me, baby.
So, as you guys have probably picked up, I am writing my own comic. I have the outline done for 4 issues.
I'll do it myself.
Yes, exactly. And so I actually have the cover for issue 1 to show off. So it's a little something here. So we got right here is I went with more of a Greek warfare aesthetic because all of my all my superheroes, their code names are based off of Greek myth heroes like Atlas, Achilles, and the like. And I even have like obscure gods like my waterbender character, not bloodbender. My waterbender character's name is Thalassa, and that was the Greek goddess of the sea.
So Jared, right now, he's looking straight at DC, and he's like,
"I'll do it myself."
We are the future, Charles, not them. They no longer matter.
And you know what's kind of funny? It's fortuitous that this comic at that I'm doing this now because there's no like Justice League book that's out. And
so, Jared, I have some behind the scenes footage of DC Comics right now as they're watching the stream. Hi, DC Comics. This is their reaction.
Bring back Zack Snyder.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Yeah, exactly. But the point is with this, see, here's what I'm doing. It's like, I don't expect this to like take off or anything like that. Like go crazy.
Dude, it's going to go to the moon.
I'm only doing this because I love comic books. Hell, I talk about them pretty much every day. So I'm like, yeah, at a certain point, because here's the thing. It's been said that like 99% of comic fans want to write comics.
But Jared, you know what you need to do with this comic? You know what you desperately need to do?
Ticket it and make it lame and gay!
She's not lame, so there you go. And she's in a relationship with a dude in the comics, so there you go.
Sorry, I had to do that at least once.
Well, I can't make that joke on YouTube. Sorry, guys.
Cancel Nick.
Here's a joke you can't make. Here's a joke that here's a joke that you can't make on Twitter.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
Dude, Ricky Berwick's meme today. Dude, I oh my god, that was the best. His Dead by Daylight meme.
But hey Dave, I really hope your comic comes out well, and let me know. I'd be happy to have you on the show.
Yes, same here, dude. I love Dave. You kidding me? Yes.
Yeah, the one thing that I've criticized Eric on is like, I like Eric stuff. I watch his stuff pretty consistently. I don't care to know his company's financials. Do you know how he's putting out his company financials? I don't need to know. Like if we're cool, I don't need to know how much money you're paying in your electric bill. I don't care. Actually,
exactly.
My one criticism
I don't know. I think a lot of it just kind of comes across as more just flexing or whatever.
My criticism is that he doesn't take constructive criticism well. Granted, there are some people who are assholes. I'll say that right there.
Yeah,
but
well, that goes back to what I was saying about you can't geek out about stuff.
Chris, can you regale what happened to our friend in Mortal Rising?
Oh my god, yeah. I think it started with B.A. Turner and Aaron jumped in, and it was basically it was like, be great, do that, like a bunch of hollow platitudes, and it's like, dude, that's easy for you to say.
I remember that.
Yeah. It's easy for you to say, and then suddenly, July's like sees him as Aaron as this like asshole for some reason. Goes
Dave,
into his Fun My comic.
You were saying, Dave?
Wait, did you want me to say something or?
No. Dave says put a hot chick in it, make her flame and bay. Yeah, that's my answer to that.
Same here.
All right, go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
All right, so Aaron jumped in and he's like, no, BA's got a point. Like, you can't tell somebody just these hollow platitudes when we're not starting the race.
Be
at the same
yourself.
place. Yeah, no, be great. It was like, you know, these things that don't help. Like how do you go about doing that? You can't just say, well, you know, I did it. You can do it too. What did you do? Like, give me the, you know, give me. You can't, you know, it's like the steroids thing where it's like, well, I took my vitamins and drank my milk, and that's how I became the liver king. It's like, dude, you took roids.
You know, it was also a weird conversation too.
Vitamins.
Because
but
in that
then,
conversation, like Aaron, I remember put himself in there because Eric is talking to Brett, and then Immortal just put himself. I was like, I don't get why people keep doing that. If let's say I'm arguing with like Nick, why is someone else jumping in? I don't get that. Like,
Jared likes to ruin my day. That's why.
Well,
that's true.
The end result is what I should probably be focusing on, which was
Aaron had. Should Aaron have interjected himself? No. But what Eric did is also bad.
Yeah, Aaron had his storefront on Fund My Comics. His book was already funded. This was just like, instead of going in demand on Indiegogo, where it just gets vanished into the shadow band realm or whatever, or trying to go the Amazon route like me and make pennies on the dollar, he went with the Fund My Comics storefront route. And part of the argument was, yo, I bought all of your failing comic. I bought all your fully backed your failing comic on Fund My Comic. Here's the money. Puts it in his pocket, smacks him on the cheek, and tells him to shut up. And it was like,
here's $20. Go F yourself. Basically.
Yeah, and basically it was a big dick measuring contest. He swung his dick around and hit Aaron. And Aaron's like, dude, I don't need your money. Like, that's not what this was for. And
I love how like the people were like, but he gave you money. Why aren't you grateful? Like,
well, to be fair, he could actually. I mean, to be fair, a lot of these guys need the money for their campaigns to pay their artists, the people involved. I'm just saying, using it actually would have been super effective. Like, your artist needs that money, the letterer needs money, you yourself need money for print runs. That's a lot of money there. And also, Eric wouldn't have known that, because I talked to Immortal on my show before. I've had him on a one-on-one. I didn't know that was a storefront either. I didn't know that. Like, if you just go there, you aren't gonna know that. You know?
Yeah, but it was the idea of I'm making more money than you. No, STFU. Like, and that right there was like that move right there was a dick move. I don't care if he's my best friend.
And Eric basically pulled out, showed that he had an even bigger dick by being like, I don't even need your money, and by refunding it. See, that's the thing. Like, I totally get where Chris is coming from. It was a moralistic fight. The money is really immaterial to this. It's I have money. Here's the money. Shut the F up. Everyone's like, no, I don't need their money. Here, I am so well secure in my funding. I don't need your money. Here's it back. F off. That's basically my takeaway.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like, it was, you know, I hate using that term punching down, but these indie comics aren't even like, there needs to be weight classes or something, because you can't compare.
There's a bit of a pecking order.
Yeah, you can't compare these guys that have enough money for factories and warehouses and, you know, freaking vinyl figurines and all this shit. You can't put them on the same category as the guy that's literally drawing and financing his own project out of his own pocket.
And even that
made the point that, you know, getting the monies. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Like there's people who can barely get their stuff funded. There's people who can regularly I would classify myself as like maybe a tier 2 creator. Like, tier 1 is like the people who can kind of barely get their stuff going. Tier 2 is people who can get their stuff consistently funded but are not making the big bucks. Tier 3 is kind of when you start getting to winning the money stuff. Tier 3 is like $5,000 to $10,000 campaigns on the regular. Tier 3 is like 20 to 30,000, and then it kind of just goes up from there, you know.
Yeah, that's why I brought up because what you just said right there. These people need the money, though. It would be disingenuous of me to say they don't need the money, though. I've talked to enough of these guys. I know they need the money. You know, like, you do need it, because if you didn't need the money, there's no need for a campaign. Then there's no need for campaigns.
And that's where Eric effed up. Is he picked a fight with someone who didn't need the money? You know, because Eric was like, Eric was like, because when you do that. It's like, oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, master, or whatever.
Because we know Brett needs the money. Brett's out there every day asking.
It's kind of a bit of a, it's a power move. And the thing is,
exactly what it was.
And he picked a fight with the one person who did not need his power, and that's where Eric effed up.
but it
You have no power here, Gandalf Stormcrow.
But what made it so kind of incendiary though was this idea of I'm better than you. You're one of the lowbies or the low tiers. Now here's some money.
Know your place. It was a know your place
Yeah,
kind of.
that's exactly. Yeah, know your role, know your place. And it was like, dude, like it's not. You're not even that good. Like all of your platitudes don't mean shit. Like you're like you can't. You're not competing against the guy that's building himself up. You've already built up. You've had a decade or so. You have a platform. That's not a fair race.
You
That's
have
not
a
the same
$1 million campaign, actually back to back. So
yeah, but you also had
you
Blaze
literally
Media,
have the logistics to run these $1 million campaigns. You have the money to hire web developers to improve the process. You have a warehouse. Like you have all of this like backing stuff that not even Ethan has access to.
You have your own site, so you're not dependent on like Indiegogo or Kickstarter.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And to tell somebody who's just starting up be great, like that's kind of like a big fu. You know, that's the Hulk Hogan telling you to drink your milk and eat your vitamins. Like, dude, you didn't get that way because you drank your milk and ate your vitamins.
I'll just say personally, for me, I did not. From the interaction that I saw, I didn't see it that way because like on Twitter we can imply certain things.
Yeah,
how like interaction can go. Yeah, it's just. And to be fair, afterwards, I think Ethan retweeted him, so he got all the money back anyway, so he could actually use it anyway.
Yeah, that was the other part of it. That like,
because that's the thing. If he didn't want Eric's money and he's gonna give back the money, then he wouldn't need it afterwards, would he? You know,
basically, Ethan just used Aaron as a proxy fight. That was basically
it was a pawn.
Yeah, he was a pawn in like his cockfight with
it's to show I'm better than Eric. Look at me.
Yeah, that's all it was. Ethan did not do it out of the kindness of his heart. I'm sure maybe deep down, maybe he thought he was, or that's how he justified it. But it was very clearly, basically, to put it in modern parlance, Aaron was Ukraine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like Aaron. I think Aaron's cool. It's just
I love him. I love the dude.
If he's gonna refund back Eric's money, then keep it the same way. Refund all these guys' money back. I think that's fair. I don't think that's anything bad.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Like, I don't know if he did, but I kind of do agree with. I will side with MSK on this. Like, I mean, it's a different context in which it is. But I don't know. I like being morally consistent. I don't know.
My thing is regardless of whatever, like I'm not getting my OJ prize.
Movie theater.
I'm not getting I'm not on either Eric's or EVS's side. Like I have respect for both of them as businessmen. Those guys are making bank. My hat's off to them. They both have very good products that are out there. Obviously, it's subjective, whatever, but they got products out there and they're making money. That's more than I'm doing. So I'm not going to be throwing any stones. I'm just saying, I don't want to be the grass when the elephants are fighting because it gets trampled. I'm going to be over here somewhere.
I want to be the water where the fish are swimming. I can just be away from them.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm going to be the meerkat that's on the ridge watching these elephants fight, and I somehow have a popcorn bucket in my hand. I guess this is
and all of a sudden,
we're not going to get a prize if your side wins.
Toward the meerkat.
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to say is, like, you're not going to get a prize if either of these sides win. You're not in the Cool Kids Club. They're not going to.
Whoever wins, we lose.
They're not going to all of a sudden. Oh, they stood with me. This random person on Twitter stood with me. I should let them on my show.
Yeah. Like I just.
Yeah.
It's not like I said. It's like mom and dad are fighting, and I'm not going to take sides. Like. They both have better. Like clearly, they're selling their books damn better than me. They're doing something right. I'm not going to be insulting them for that. That's more power to them. But at the same time, like all the little drama and the fights and the super chats and the Twitter, the YouTube wars and all this stuff, it doesn't interest me. Like I stopped caring. Yeah.
This is one thing I think Eric did well is he stopped getting into those drama cockfights because when he was going on like places like Rekieta Law, he was kind of making a fool of himself to a degree. I'm glad he kind of put a kibosh to that mostly. So like he is learning, and I will give him that.
Like, I've never thought. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you've been cut off quite a bit, dude. So
oh, you're fine, man. Go ahead.
Right, well,
I was replying to my own tweet for some reason. What the heck am I doing? I'm a crackhead. Talking to myself on Twitter.
Yeah, like I don't have any malice towards any of them. So if there is anything that's perceived as malice, I'll say right up front, there's no jealousy, there's no like spite, there's no
if either of them offered to have lunch, I gladly accept.
Yeah, like dude, I've never been on either of their channels. My product's never been.
I've watched both.
Yeah, exactly. I know who both of these people are. I've watched both of their channels, on occasion. Mm-hmm. But like anything that's said, especially in context of the stream, like I don't want any shit. I'm not starting anything. I'm just saying what I, like.
Yeah, to be fair, especially in Ethan's case, he's kind of his own worst enemy right now. Like he's been kind of making some really bad moves. Like the moment that I lost a lot of respect for Ethan was his anime take. Like we're talking about like Matt Walsh's anime take. Ethan had a similar take.
Oh no! What did he say?
Worded
kind of terribly.
Common America and anime being like he made the pedo argument basically, and he pissed off people so much he had to bend the knee. Like he backtracked so hard.
And even then, it came off as disingenuous, and like he was just being sarcastic about it. So
yeah, the big problem with Ethan is he kind of lets his ego get in the way of things.
I think he grew up in an area with like the whole wrestling feel, the whole WWE feeling. You gotta play it up for the audience and stuff like that. I get it.
Yeah. But the thing is, the problem is he's kind of buying his own hype because he comes across as a person who he wants to be like the Hulk Hogan Ethan Van Sciver comparisons are pretty valid in my opinion because like both of them kind of wanted to be the king of the castle, and like when they get challengers they don't handle it well, like Common America, Ripa. It's like you notice the moment where Ripa started to make more money than Ethan, that's when he really turned on him.
Well, look at what happened with Gabe El-Taib and Ethan as well.
Oh, I saw that. I saw the video of Ethan talking about it. Yeah, I know you're talking about. That is
like Gabe does say some really crazy stuff, but I like the guy. I like personally.
I like Gabe.
Out of all the people here, the one person who I actually would lay down a landmine for is Gabe. Because Gabe has been a really great person to me. Like, I talk to him actually quite often. I've had him on my show. Like, Gabe is probably the one person in all of this that I actually would actually, because, like, he actually cares about me.
Well, you opened your mouth, so, I mean,
yeah, and that's the thing. That's the foil of these these YouTube channels, especially, like, because it's all about drama and stuff, is that eventually it's gonna burn you. Like you're gonna say something that the mass, the herd or the cult or whatever disagrees with, and suddenly the flock is gonna turn. It's like swimming with a school of piranha. You swim the wrong way once, they're gonna turn on you and eat you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's also Dean's book, not Dean. Gabe's book. His book was the one he's doing with Dean Cain. Is the one I'm looking forward to this year. Is my indie comic I want to pick up this year.
Mm-hmm.
Not Yaira. Actually, the only one from Eric's that I'm super anticipated is like the Horseman. But the other one,
I hope you're anticipating Turn Samurai number 4.
No,
no one does that. Who would?
All right. Well, I approached the haters from the stream.
Oh, don't worry. We made Grandpa upset.
So Dave the Impaler says, I've always been a fan of Ethan's artwork, but his behavior is very, very tiresome and he's destroying his brand. I see he is an artist, but never trust him as a person. Yeah, that's fair. EVS is a great artist, but the problem is he kind of comes out of that like image house style where like it's good art, but like there's a billion people that can draw as good as him, Like if like literally like I could probably hire Mark Silvestri to do me a cover for like less than Ethan. And Mark Silvestri is a lot better artist than Ethan.
Really? Like I see, I'm kind of ignorant with that stuff because
I've heard some of the rates that Ethan has charged people. I'm not going to say it on stream. And that's my frame of reference here.
Well, then the skill isn't where the money is being like the price isn't dictated by the skill of the artist. It's dictated by the fandom that artist brings to your possible sales.
Yeah. When you hire Ethan, you're hiring the name. Like that's why when Banthrough Bait did his Top B comic, I'm trying to avoid certain things here. Mm-hmm. He had Ethan do a cover, and he wasn't getting that for the art. He was doing that for the name. Mm-hmm. You guys know what I'm referencing?
Yeah, I do.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm just avoiding saying names. I think you guys understand.
Well, because I've heard a lot of criticism about like because I've talked to artists and they're like, oh, I don't like his art style or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I have his Blood Honey books and I like them. Like,
yeah, me too.
I really like the art. Like,
they're good art.
Lantern work.
Like, I'm not saying it's bad art. It's just it's image house style. That's how I see it. Like I look at it, I see Jim Lee, I see Todd McFarlane. There's nothing really like you look at Mike Turner art, you see Mike Turner. You look at Ethan's art, I see Jim Lee, I see Todd McFarlane. That's my problem.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, his art's always been pretty good. I mean, anyone that's said that's not, I mean, it's an opinion, obviously, but I thought it was always been pretty good. It's one of those separate art from the artist kind of things. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. By the way, here's a preview of the inks for Turn Samurai number 4. These are not done. We will be shading them and whatnot, but I thought I'd kind of give you guys a little bit of a preview here.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Brian's kind of been doing like this brush stroke technique.
Hatching.
Yeah, it's really good. Like I said, this is not the final art. We will be shading it and whatnot, but just getting the inks in. It's looking so good. Cool. Man. I've never actually shown these. Like, look at how good that looks.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I like the motion lines.
Yeah, it's really good. That's page 11. So yeah.
Yeah.
So Nick, you haven't been talking much. What's your thoughts on all this?
I think everyone pretty much covered it.
Oh, why can't we all just get along?
Yeah, I mean, basically.
You sound like purples.
People's egos get in the way.
Yeah, and the problem is, like, we talk about like the top dogs fighting, but we see this happen like on every rung of the indie ladder. Like we see smaller creators kind of go out and I've gotten into beefs with people. To be fair, I have no right to call Ethan his own worst enemy because I'm very much the same way. I stupidly in the past have gotten into dramas that I probably should have avoided. So the pot is calling the kettle black. MSK. Oh, look, made it all worth it. So I'm just as guilty as Ethan. I'm calling myself out here. To be fair. But yeah, it's just the drama is on all the different rungs, and yeah, it drives engagement, but it also eventually drives people away. And also it's like, what kind of audience are you courting? If you're courting the people who want drama, because indie comics, like you did the wrestling analogy, yeah, indie comics is a lot like wrestling. We treat it like wrestling, and if you court the audience who just want to see like they want to back their favorite heels or baby faces, that's how it's going to be. I try to kind of run off a positivity angle. I try to run off of let's just have fun. Let's talk about cool stuff. But I am my own enemy. So
that's kind of where like being new and naive to the whole indie thing is where it kind of annoyed me or burned me out. Where it's like you're backing the creator and not the product. Like honestly, I don't give a crap about the creators, dude. I don't know who made Pirates Dark Water. I don't know who made the animator was for Disney's Gargoyles. I just knew I liked that stuff.
See, the problem is that was kind of back in a time when people could hide behind a corporation. See, and nowadays, if you're an indie creator, you have to be a brand. It's the same thing happens in music. Like to succeed in music nowadays, you have to be a brand. let's say for example, YouTuber Jared Dines. He's in the kind of like the guitar sphere. People don't buy his album because they like the music, but they're buying it because their favorite YouTuber Jared Dines has put out an album.
Well, like when I go on Kickstarter, I'll see books, and I don't know anything about the artist. I look at the interiors, I look at like what they're selling, and I'm like, wow, this looks really good. And then you get on Twitter or whatever, and then you find out they have no presence, so their book never sells, and you end up getting refunded. And it's like, dude, this is 1,000 times better than some of the stuff that the big names have put out.
And you see this with a lot of creators. Even the ones who do promote, they promote for the period in which their campaign is going, and then they disappear. Like, this is kind of why I think EVS and Eric actually succeed, is they have a rolling campaign model. I think this is why I still succeed, is that I'm constantly hyping up myself. Like, as soon as one campaign is over, the next one is beginning. Like, there's usually like a month period where both are going at the same time. Like Turn Samurai's wrapping up, I'm ramping up Screecher, and same thing. It's like I'm always got something going, and so people always have something to look forward to. Like, Eric does this like a lot better than I do, and he gets a reward for it. And I think more indie creators, and I think the indie creators, the thing that separates the good indie creators from the bad ones are the ones who have a rolling marketing. Like the worst thing that can happen is you get a book in the mail and your first reaction is, oh, I forgot I ordered this. That is the worst thing that can happen.
Well, look at Mitographia. That guy vanishes for like a year or two at a time. And then when he's about to launch, suddenly like all of my social media blows up with, hey, it's Groken 2, it's Groken 3, everywhere. So clearly it's not just a matter of rolling, because that guy has a full-on like cheer squad, like pushing his stuff, and it's about getting presence.
In fame where it becomes self-perpetuating. That's the ultimate thing. Like someone like Broken, Ethan, Eric, they've reached a point in their fame where it's self-perpetuating. That's kind of where we all need to get to.
Yeah, I know. Like my thing is like, because I can't do the art, I'm paying people to do that, and I run out of money real quick. Well, I run out of money real quick when it's like I'm depending on other people to do the work, and obviously, like, either they have a day job or they have other art responsibilities, whatever. I'm on social media pushing my product, and I'm showing the same old stuff over and over again, and it's like, how can I show something new? Well, every time I want to show something new, that costs me money. Well,
that's, I think, kind of like the secret to my success is memes. Like, whenever people say, like, how do you get successful memes? I kind of use memes as like a substitute, like as like an alternative like source of content. And yeah, I have actually gotten a lot of success because there are basically people, they come for the memes, they stay for the comics. Because there are people who are attracted to my Twitter because I share funny memes and I'm kind of a funny guy. And
I think that's a little generous.
Jerry just is
all right, an asshole. Why do you think I'm so successful on Twitter? Answer me, F-head. I asked you a question.
And I was making a joke.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
Yeah.
No, but I think Dave once again hits the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Cultivate audience petty drama. They will turn on you eventually. And I think that's, like, I try to be positive. Like, this is the most drama I have ever covered on this stream.
Well,
this is like the furthest into the water we've gone. Dude, I honestly try to avoid it.
That's why I said what I said when I'm like, I don't bear any malice and I have no jealousy towards these guys. These guys are in a different weight class.
Yeah, like probably they're probably 4 or 5.
Well, it's like Oscar De La Hoya bitching about Mike Tyson. It's like, dude, don't even get in the ring with that guy. It's a different industry.
Yeah, see, my thing is, I don't get upset that people make more than me. I really don't, because at the end of the day, I'm still able to fund my comics. I'm still able to consistently meet my goals. I get my comics out of time. I'm able to do what I need to do. Okay. Like
you're kind of overrated. Let's be honest here. You'd be like in the overrated category on like tier list. Just saying, but you know, you're like essentially Zack Snyder.
Hey, whoa.
Okay, that I agree with.
It's the talented Zack Snyder. Let me put it to you that
Talent and Zack Snyder, Jared. Pick one, please do.
Thermonuclear.
Why do we have MSK
you need to remember about me, okay?
Yeah, obviously, that has no.
It's a part of my religion.
Be careful, brother.
Hello, how are you doing? Oh, good. Yeah, that's the thing with drama is like there's how many like bigger concerts have you followed throughout your entire life where drama is actually something where like the audience sticks to you and like you and they give you money? Like it's very not common.
Well,
you know?
here's the thing. We and I think this is kind of we're at a turning point because for like the last 10 years, the indie spaces have been fueled by drama, pissing people off. Like I remember like five or so years ago, I was on Facebook. They're having a discussion like, how do I market my comics? And someone said, start a controversy, piss people off. Oh my God, we're not talking about that, dude. We're not talking.
But yeah, but the issue I have is like you'll have entire channels that are run by drama, and there's certain people in the Snyder community or anti-Snyder community that thrive
everywhere.
On that. Yeah,
everywhere. Every community, there's a subset of drama.
My problem with these people is that if there's no drama, they will go into a chat and start drama just so they have drama to cover.
I mean, that's not the Snyder people. This is like everywhere.
No, I was just saying where I've seen it.
See, the problem with drama is eventually people get tired of it. People get tired of the back and forth, and I think this is kind of what we're starting to see. Is Ethan has basically lived off the drama for like the past 5 years or whatever, and people are kind of getting tired of like getting worked up over nothing. Also, they want their
here's
books.
The other thing. Compare Eric to Ethan. Here's the thing. At least Eric can deliver a book on time and not 2 years late.
Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is like we could put a side-by-side comparison with checkboxes next to who does this or whatever. But at the end of the day, whoever wins is not going to affect anybody on this panel.
Yeah,
like you could be like, well, Eric, you know, delivers like everything that he's set out, he's delivered, and yes, that is true. Like when I got ISOM, dude, that thing was like bam, it was like right there. I pre-ordered it in like I think it was like July, and I think I got it in September or something or August.
Let's kind of cut the bull crap. Whoever wins, I win. Because you want to know why I did this stream? You want to know why I had this thing? Content, engagement. Yaira is popular. People are talking back and forth. So I hopped on the algorithm. Yeah, I'm just as much of an algorithm. I want to say naughty words, but Jared's here, so I won't offend his Catholic sensibilities. But like, yeah, I did this for the algorithm. I did this for the content because this kind of topic is hot right now. And look, I got Nerdette to come in. This stream has actually been really successful. Am I going to start covering content? No. Actually, next week we're interviewing Rosalind for her comic District 9. That's going to be a great stream. We're probably going to have some fluff topic we'll talk about. Cool. You know, I just wanted to hop on the algorithm. That's why I did this. And you know what? I don't care if Ethan wins. I don't care if Eric wins. I've already won.
Why do you think I post so much Lois Lane hate on my channel? That's great for the algorithm. Plus, she's just a naturally abhorrent character, so there's that.
Yeah,
well,
it's a very
the thing is, Jared, you discovered the button that you can push to get engagement. And the thing is, if I post Lois Lane stuff, I won't get as much engagement as you because your audience is those kind of people.
I just posted a video that's like the problem with Lois Lane. It's got 2.3 thousand views.
Yeah, like, and it's all about like what your audience likes. Your audience likes that kind of stuff, and you got that cheat code. You just like you enter the console, you put in Lois Lane sucks. All of a sudden, 2,000 views.
Yeah. Oh, I plan on marketing that and make it. Someone actually said you should have a T-shirt that just says Lois Lame on it.
Oh my God! You know what you need? Okay, you know what you need to do? You need to get like a parody art of Lois Lame, You got me saying it now. I hate you. And like, you need to get the Lois Lane T-shirt.
You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be that meme of that dude with his girlfriend, and then the other girl passes and he's staring. The other girl is gonna be Wonder Woman, and then there's gonna be Lois Lane.
No. This is what you need to do, Jared. Okay, do you have a Lois Lane character in your books?
No.
Okay,
Intentionally.
first off, you need to create a Lois Lane character. You basically need to create a reporter that is like that like is interested in Atlas, but like he rejects her. So that way you can recreate the meme with like you have Atlas walking with the reporter and he's like looking.
One of the covers is going to be Atlas kissing Athena, and he's like holding her back with his hand.
Sure, or you can create that meme using your characters. Like, I think that would be great.
I could do that. That's fun. We'll consider that. But the point is like, here's the thing. The reason one of the main reasons why I started covering a lot of Super Wonder content, Snyder content, is because when I was starting up with the channel, I recognized that I got the most attention and views from that. The algorithm worked for me when I covered those topics.
All right, so this has been a really great stream. But like, we're kind of getting to the point where we need to kind of wrap things up. So what we're gonna do?
Whoa!
MSK is gonna MSK everybody.
All right.
So we're gonna go around, say our final words, and if anyone wants to promote anything, drop some stuff in the chat. Also, Wonder Bass in the chat, please. Jared, what do you got coming up, and what's your final words?
So in terms of what I have coming up at 8:30, I'm going to be going live for Comics League Dark. It'll be also a members only panel, but obviously the regular CL crew. I'll be debuting the new Comics League Dark intro that I put together last night. I must say, this is one of my finest works ever.
Did you build it in a cave with a box of scraps?
Yes, I even got new music for it. So I completely went fresh for this. So in terms of my final words on this, really, whenever I see any of this stupid petty drama, and there's stuff in the Snyder community, I mean, just ask Sammy, it's like, if you're working toward a goal, which is like restoring the Snyderverse, or in this case, making the comic book industry better, just honestly, just stay in your lane, make your books, and be done with it. There's no reason for this. All it does, actually, is it makes this whole indie movement look petty. That's what it does.
Mm-hmm. I had my finger on the mute button in case you said something stupid.
Like real time?
Dang it, you're too quick for me. Chris, what do you got coming up, and what are your final words?
Yeah, so regarding this topic, like I'd said, I got respect for these two titans fighting. I could deal without the I could deal without the drama or whatever. I don't care. I'm not paying attention to it. That's not why I'm here. I'm here for the comics, and I've been enjoying those. So, more power to both of them. Clearly they're doing something right. They're making money. And as far as my own stuff goes, I'm paper cutting I think over 150 cardstock art prints so that I can sell them at a convention coming in September, my first convention. And we're hoping that book 2 in all of its forms, including the manga, will be available and printed and all that nice stuff by September. And we'll have them available for sale there at the Grand State Comic-Con, and then we'll kick it right into the crowdfunding.
Awesome. So next week we will actually be interviewing a creator who has her book on crowdfunding right now. We'll be interviewing Division 5's Rosalind, a good friend of the channel. Having her on, talking comics and some other really good topics. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I have my Pokemon live stream tomorrow. Hopefully maybe finishing the game, then dropping into Spider-Man next week. And then also, Comics Watch is still on hiatus, but on Monday, Rewatch will be returning with Teen Titans Episode 2 Sisters. So pretty excited about that. And kind of slowly going to get things going. And then Ginger Cast 2 is happening It is happening, everybody. I am so excited.
By the way, real quick, I just wanted to bring up to you guys here that the Battlefront collection had a worse launch than Halo, the Master Chief Collection. For instance, they only have like 3 servers for multiplayer of this level.
Yeah. All right, I gotta play this, okay?
All right.
Will we ever see each other again? Who knows? God willing, we'll all meet again. And
Ginger Cast to the search for more gingers.
That doesn't sound like Uncle Mel.
That is great. Oh man, that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so I actually started creating stuff and like okay, and then Chris, have you seen the Ginger Cast intro?
No. What does that look like?
Yeah, let me play this real quick.
I Ginger?
No, you just sort of brown.
I want to be ginger. I've never been ginger. And you? Gingers I hate. Gingers are beautiful. We are kissed by fire. Just like you.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Redheads! You gotta love them.
So I'm really proud of that intro, if you couldn't tell. So actually, we're gonna have a really good panel. We got Eagle Rider, we have myself, and then also the very special guest, Lost Lenore, is gonna be there. So,
I identify as a ginger.
You may not sit on the panel, and we do not grant you the rank of master.
This is outrageous. It's not fair. How can you identify as a ginger and not be on the Ginger Cast?
Well, the thing is, Lenore is a natural ginger. Even though her hair is pink, she's a natural ginger. So so we grant her a rank on the seat and grant her, rank of master. But yeah, that's going to be a really great panel. I'm really excited to have Lenore on. Eagle Rider is always fun. It's a bit chaotic, but it's going to be a great stream. The last stream was awesome. And also, we're working on like a multiplayer stream that's probably going to air on Tuesday between me and Goblin Eco. We're kind of working out the details of that. Probably going to start with Borderlands. So that's not going to be next week. Hopefully the week after that. Can confirm.
Oh, God.
We are all gingers now. Yeah, everyone wants to be a ginger when they find out they can be on the same show as Lenore. So yeah, this channel, 8 o'clock on Wednesday on this channel. Be there and not be ginger. Like seriously, if you're a ginger and you're not there, if you don't attend, your hair will instantly turn blonde.
No! And your IQ will go down?
Very much so, actually.
I love blonde jokes.
Oh, I have some, but I'm like, okay. I'm gonna end the stream with a blonde joke. So, cop pulls a blonde over. He says, "Your car's like an accordion. What happened?" He says, "Well, I was driving along and I saw a tree. I was like, oh my god, a tree!" So I turned right. There was another tree. Oh my god, I turned left. I turned left, right. Then I crashed. The cop said, "Lady, there's not a car here for miles. That was your air freshener."
You mean that was not a tree here for miles? That was your air freshener.
Yeah.
Nick's old man brain screwed up the joke.
All right. All right. So now that we've said goodbye to Jared, I just wanted to say I'm drunk. Oh my god, yes. So many jokes all the time. So anyway, thank you everyone for coming on. And remember, I can only show you the door. You're the ones to walk through it.